Hey everybody, it's Chris back with another review. Welcome to the Blue Collar Beer Gourmet. How this channel works is I like to drink craft beer, I like to review craft beer, and I don't like to pay a whole lot of money to do it. So the beers that I review on this channel usually come in around the $2 price range. And such is the case with today's beer. I paid $2.29 for a 12-ounce can of Flying Fish's Onshore Lager. I'll show you the can right there. Let it get a little synced so it's not quite so glary. It has a 4.9 ABV. Typically, American lagers come in between 4.2 and 5.3, so it's a little at the higher end for the booziness. It has 15 IBUs. Typically, American lagers come in between 8 and 18 IBUs. Three of my friends on Untappd reviewed this, gave it a 3.5. 2,707 of us have reviewed it, given it a 3.43 cumulatively. And Beer Advocate has 17 reviews, giving it a cumulative score of 3.61 on their scale. This is good. This uses Warrior and Vanguard hops, Czech lager yeast, and the malts it uses are Superior Pilsen, Vienna, honey malt, Munich, and Cara foam. Okay. Uh, in Lately, I've been doing really good about getting my beers ahead of time. This is more in keeping with how I usually do it. This is actually 4 months past its enjoy by date, but there you have it. A little quick thing about this particular beer. Our home is surrounded by a breathtaking stretch of ocean and beautiful waterways, and Onshore Lager is our tribute to that environment. Brewed without adjuncts, this beer pours a pure golden color, and German-style hops provide a crisp, clean finish. A portion of Onshore Lager sales will be donated to clean water efforts. So, something you're going to buy anyway. Nice knowing that the money that you're putting towards something is actually going for something good. Once again, I'm going to show you right there. There we go. That's what we're looking for there, guys. Independent craft. Independent Craft Brewers Association, you can't go wrong, at least in terms of buying. The beer itself, it's difficult to say. It could be good, could be great, but you're not, that you're buying from a true independent brewer when you do see that logo. So that's what we're looking for. And just because they don't have the logo doesn't mean that they're not independent, but it is a safety net to let you know that you are, in fact, buying an independent brewer, a small brewer. Okay, the deal with American lagers. Because I wanted to see, okay, what's the story with American lagers? This is one of the few times where the American version actually has less hops than the typical version. Um, American lagers are known for having less bitterness and less flavor than international lagers, significantly less flavor, hops, and bitterness than traditional pilsners. So just about every style you can think of, whether it's stout or brown ale or red ale or hell, even the American IPA or the American Pale Ale, in each and every instance practically, you're adding hops. With lagers, when it comes to American style, you're not. I guess the best way to describe it is, to Americans, lagers are a drinkable beer. I mean, if you're just going to throw back a beer and drink it, that's what a lager is for. And that's kind of a shame that we have that approach, because I do really enjoy a good lager. Um, but thinking back, it is true that they're not particularly flavorful. Uh, they're just kind of, they're just drinking beers. So anyway, I'm going to crack this bad boy open, see how it pours. Going to be using my New Belgium Fat Tire pint glass. And one more time, I'm just going to get back on my soapbox. New Belgium is one of those brewers who is in fact a craft brewer. They're a small brewer. They are successful. They are not corporate. They do not go around buying other people's breweries, changing their recipes. Um, that's not what New Belgium is about. The fact that they've had a great deal of success and are able to distribute across a wide portion of North America doesn't mean that they're corporate. So there is a distinction, gang, between corporate and successful. New Belgium is successful. They are not corporate. All right. Down from soapbox, let's see what kind of color we got here. And it's pouring a nice golden color. Looks like we got plenty of carbonation here. Got a nice strong head that, well, quite frankly, seems to be dissipating a bit. Going to describe that as probably, let's say medium-high carbonation. What you are seeing is maybe one shade darker than the actual color. So it's pretty close to what you're seeing. Uh, just like I said, imagine one shade lighter than the actual, than what you see there on the camera. This head, boy, it's bursting rather quickly. I thought this was kind of a sturdy head, but it's proving very much not to be. In fact, quite the opposite. Before I even do the beard wipe, I can smell lots of malt. So I'm going to give a beard wipe. And once again, all I get is malt. So I'm going to go ahead and stick my schnoz into the glass, see what I come up with. Malt. Sorry, that's really all I smell. As I smell that honey malt. Um, was that one of the things? Yeah, honey malt. Yep, definitely. Boy, do I smell it. The sweetness, the maltiness. That's really about all I smell. That's all I get out of the aroma. So I'm going to go ahead and start drinking. Cheers. Well, that's actually pretty good. It's got just a little bit of a hint of bitterness back there, just on the other side of the sweetness. What affects your tongue the first is the sweetness. A little bit of creaminess. No real alcohol burn here. I'm going to describe that as a medium-low mouthfeel. There is something of a spikiness, but not a whole lot. It is, in fact, well, it's very true to form. It's not crazy in flavor. It's not crazy in bitterness. Um, it's drinkable. I can definitely taste. I can definitely taste that Czech lager yeast. There's something about Czech yeast. I don't know how to describe it. It's sort of like a combination, and I know this is going to sound strange for something that I enjoy so much, but I swear to God, Czech lager yeast smells like a combination of of sawdust and road apples. Those of you who've been on a farm know what a road apple is, and somehow I think lager yeast oftentimes smells like that, particularly the more pilsner the lager yeast gets. There's just something about it, and it all depends upon how horrible you find the smell of road apples. If you don't find it particularly smell, if you think it's just part of the smell of the country like I do, then you don't find it such a terrible smell. Um, this is a good beer. It's not exceptional. Of course, it is a lager, and I'm trying to wrap my mind around the fact that lagers aren't really the flavorful beacons. But I'm gonna go ahead and give this. I think I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 4.0. I think a 3.75 is what it deserved, and give it that extra 0.25 for coming in a can. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4.0. Frankly, I think you can get a better lager, or at least a lager that's just as good, for the $1.79 to $1.99 price range. I don't know that I'd pay the extra 29 cents for this particular beer like I did this time, but all in all, it's still a good beer. So guys, if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, drink good beer and don't break the bank doing it. Cheers.